Hey, my name's Marlon, and my faith has been deeply impacted by the Black church. I grew up the son of a preacher, and around the age of 6, my dad began pastoring a small Black church called Tabernacle Baptist Church of Lawrenceville, Georgia. When I say it was small, it was like really, really small. Like there were probably no more than 20 or 30 people every week. And it was like in this small white building, kind of in the downtown area with a little steeple on top. But I mean, little did I know that this small group of people would have such a large impact on one key area of my life, and that was worship. As many know, like worship in the Black church is an experience all in itself, right? Like there's this richness in the music, and it champions Black history. It's like you can feel it. I mean, you can feel the pain, all the oppression, the triumphs. You can literally feel it. And it resounds in the testimony within the music. And such a message of strength, a passion for God of this oppressed people group, like through all these years. But there's a belief embodied in that for everybody that walks in skin like mine. And that sound it resounds. And it's like inserting real life into a song. And those words are coated with trust and with belief and true dependence on a real God. And you know, that dependence, that was the only thing that can really be taken away. You know, like it was just, as I watched people worship, that's what I felt. And so honestly, sometimes I miss that connection in a multicultural church environment because, well, it's just different, you know, when you're in a room full of people who get you and who you feel like get it. And whether that's by accident or design, and you know, sometimes it feels like the Black experience can somewhat be overlooked in a multicultural setting. And maybe that isn't the goal or the strategy. I mean, surely it isn't the heart of people pursuing unity together. But it leaves me wondering what could be missing, you know? Like what could we gain from inviting this message of struggling through harsh circumstances, through hatred, through, in spite of millions of reasons to cry, we find joy singing praises to God. And yet that's something that the multicultural church, spiritually speaking, can learn from the Black church experience. You know, as a kid, I would watch people sing these songs at the top of their lungs and with their hands raised, hearts open, tears filling their eyes. I saw faith burst from their hearts across the room. And I could remember the depth that I would experience from the words alone. Like in the words of all of this Black music, I heard the gospel. The words shaped me, and they shaped my beliefs. They taught me what's true, what's tangible, how to pray. Sometimes they carried me through times of fear, doubt, you know, hardships as a teenager or even a young adult. And I can just remember the depth of those songs. There was one song in particular. It's called Blessed Assurance. It was like a hymn, and that song was about the assurance that we as Black believers knew to be true. The song would go, blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine. I'm an heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his spirit and washed in his blood. And then it would say, this is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. There's so much power in that song and in those moments. And it was from those moments that I began to believe, and watching the faith of others expressed through praise and worship, it just impacted me. I watched the Spirit of the living God move in the room where singing wasn't the most skilled, where musicianship wasn't top quality, and there wasn't a stage, there wasn't like this sound quality. It was just raw, and it was real, you know? It didn't take any of that for me to meet Jesus in the small room, like all the extra stuff. No, it was just, all it took was a recognition of who he is in a room full of people who were willing to respond. And that was my Black church experience.